I really think we broke the builder on this one, y'all, and I really hate saying that and hate when I hear people say that, but what you're seeing on screen right now got the name Glass Cleaning Spot Up Thread. All right, y'all, you know I'm not here to waste your time, but let me just say a couple of things. Likes, subs, comments, all of that, it goes a long way. Proof that it goes a long way is our last video is up to 10,000 views. We've got 500 subs and we barely post. We just started posting regularly, and that getting 10,000 views is huge, and that's because of you guys. So thank you so much for that. The Jimmy build is at 6.8K, and both of those videos are still growing. I am on Discord. I am on Twitch. You can join the Discord. That'll be linked below. You can come over on Twitch. You can run with me and the homies. That's also linked below. Whatever it is, I'd love to chat with you guys more. And in the Discord, you can do that. You can chat with me. I'll talk to you. We can, exchange opinions, or we can talk SIGS, or if I miss something and you want to ask, I'm very active over there. So if you want to join it, go ahead, but you don't have to. If you are new here, I'm Jay, and typically how we go about things in the videos are, I'm going to give you the build right away. I'm already talking too much. We're going to jump right into it. You're going to have everything. I'm not going to make you wait till the end. The build will be there. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you attribute ratings, points, and whatnot. And I'm going to show you clips and things to prove as to why it's okay to be at that rating and what that rating does for you. I'm going to give you visual proof and show you what it's capable of, but you ultimately will decide whether or not that works for you. If you want something a little bit higher or something else a little bit lower because that fits your playstyle more, whatever it is, the meta is what works best for you, and that's what I always say. So use this as a template. If this doesn't fit you perfectly, that's fine. Use it as a template, hem it up, trim it up, make it fit you perfectly, and be on your way. Center, 6'8", 233 pounds with a max wingspan of 7'6". So first I want to show you guys this. If you guys watch the Shades of Kobe 6'9" shooting guard video that I run at the point because I'm the point guard, you don't lose much. And I'm going to show you guys a side by side. Look at this. Ball handle on the Shades of Kobe shooting guard is 80. Ball handle on this center is 76. Speed with ball, exactly the same. Speed itself is only 1 tick lower. Acceleration is only 3 ticks lower. Strength and vertical and all these things, obviously there's a lot of differences, but if you're talking about being a point center, my last point guard, this thing has the same ratings. The only thing you actually lose on this build compared to my shooting guard is that this has 87 pass ac, and the shooting guard only had 90 because I wanted to test out the Holly Berry passing style, but I didn't see much of a difference that was worth it, and the 87 is still just fine for me. You get the bronze bailout, LeBron James passing style, you're good to go. Other than that, on this, you lose the driving layup. You still keep the same dunk, and we're going to go into all of this, but I'm just trying to show you, if you're talking about a point center and the capabilities of this build, I mean, look at it. There's not much difference. So let's jump into it. All right, so jumping into it, y'all. Close shot, we didn't invest into. Driving layup, we didn't invest into. Those are just there by default. Driving dunk. If you haven't seen my previous videos, 75 driving dunk is a great budget spot for a driving dunk. I finish consistently. I don't get pulled out of animations. The bronze posterizer actually pops up a lot, especially with the baseline reverse dunk packages. All in all, it's great to be able to finish at the rim regularly, effectively, and efficiently. But not too crazily to where you can still invest into other things, because driving dunk is super expensive. So this is one of those things that you totally could adjust. You could not put any driving dunk on this, or you could maybe just put 50 for the Ginobili package, or you could just put 36, which is just driving dunk that'll get you to do a driving dunk, and then you could put points elsewhere, but that's entirely up to you. Standing dunk, we're going up to 45. I invest into it to 45. One, it's super cheap, but two, 45 is what gets you standing dunks. It'll unlock you both of the packages. You could just go to 40 and unlock only the one package if you don't want to waste the points, but 45 is also going to get you consistent standing dunks. It gets you the minimum to where, if you're doing let's say you didn't invest in the driving dunk too much, if you're doing a back door and you're under the rim at the point you get the ball or whatever, you can still rise up and get that standing dunk pretty consistently with the 45. I think it's totally worth investing into just because of how cheap that it is. Post control on this, we're going to 85. You get the silver unpluckable. Now, again, if you go up to 92 post control, I'm pretty sure you do get the gold unpluckable, but I've run gold unpluckable, I've run silver unpluckable. I personally don't see much of a difference, and I'm sure I'm showing you guys that I'm being unbothered by defenders even when I'm getting doubled at times with the silver unpluckable and whatnot. You've got strength so high that you got gold physical handles, which is going to help you when those people are pressuring you and whatnot anyways, because your strength is so high. So the 85 post control is good, and it's a great budget slot for post control to make you effective in the post when you do need to use it. But to be honest, I only go in the post if I really need to, but I like having it there if I need to, right? So 85 is a good budget spot for that. I think you could even go down to 72. 72. If you go to 72, you get everything silver. So that's entirely up to you. Mid-range, we're going to go to 84. Now going to 84 gets you the gold midi magician. It also gets you the silver deadeye, but the gold midi magician is really what we're going for. The gold midi magician with the post control and the post fade phenom and whatnot stacking is going to work very well together. 84 is a great spot to have that mid-range, and the 3-point's going to go up to 78. Now you can just go to 76. You don't get anything from 76 to 78, but something that I said before and that I've always felt is I always felt like I was more green on my builds that had a 78 3-ball in comparison to a 76 3-ball. Now there is some data out actually from 2K Labs and whatnot that actually does prove that there is a percentage. So if you want to save the points and just go to 76, you totally can, and then maybe you can put stuff elsewhere. But 78 does give you a percentage boost, and I personally do feel more green on a 78. Also, I don't know what it is about this build or the jumper that I'm running or whatever, but this is the build out of all of my builds that I'm the most green on. And I have other builds with much higher three balls, and I'm so green on this build with this jumper. I do not like the way the jumper looks, to be honest, but I'm so green on it. Free throw, we're gonna max it out to 82. That gets you the silver free points. I just do believe in a high free throw. Free throws are not free by any means in 2K24, so the silver free points is clutch. You can totally go to 71 and just get the bronze free points. You need to be at 71 to get that, and you can invest elsewhere, but free throw is pretty cheap. There's nowhere else really to put the points. 82 is worth it. Get the silver free points. You're going to be consistent at the line. I run the Michael Jordan free throw, but Carmelo apparently is very, very good as well. Pass accuracy, we're going to 87. Now, why 87? I only put 90 on the shooting guard because I wanted to try the Holly Berry passing style. 87 is more than enough. You get at 86, you get LeBron James passing style. At 87, you get bronze bailout. I'm sure I've shown you clips before, and I'm sure I'm showing you clips right now of bronze bailout and how good it is. If you really want to get people to bite on you and really commit and leave someone on the perimeter open, bailout is very, very good for that and is going to create for you a lot more, I promise you. Being able to regularly go to the rim and go into an animation as if you're going up and then bail out literally of that with a dime pass to whoever it is on the perimeter. I mean, if your boys can shoot, it's a free bucket. So it's absolutely worth it. 87 as a point, I think, is the minimum that a point guard should be at. You should absolutely have the bronze bailout. Ball handles up to 76. Now, on the shooting guard, it was 80. At 76, you're really not losing much at all. You lose a couple of different SIGs that I ran on my other builds, but as you can see here, like, I am doing just fine. The ball handle is great. The speed is fine. Like, it's all great. And also, you guys got to think with ball handle speed, with ball speed and all that in general on this build, my matchups are typically, unless they swap on me, of course, but my matchups are typically the big man. And the big man is either my size or much bigger. And if he's much bigger, that means he's much slower. So the ball handle, getting around him, finishing at the rim with that 75 dunk, because you get around him, all of this, it works so well hand in hand. So 76 is where we're going with the ball handle. That gets you the bronze speed booster, which is specifically why I went to 76. You get that bronze speed booster, help you a little bit more with getting past those guys. If you go to 75, you can just get the bronze and whatnot. You can probably go lower. I wouldn't recommend it. 76, if you're going to be a point, 76 is where you should be. Speed of the ball is at 75. Again, that's going to get you now the silver hyperdrive. We're already a center trying to be a point guard, so I wouldn't really skimp out on things like this. Every little extra badge, whether it's bronze to silver or even just getting it to bronze, whatever it is totally worth it. Because when you have a real lock-in defender on you, it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy. You know, you're definitely working at a disadvantage by being on something like this rather than a pure point that you could make it like 6'6" with a much higher ball handle, less defense. But if you're going to be a point center, I would try to get things as high as you can to make the build as fast and effective as you can as a center, so to speak, as a bigger build, right? Interior defense, we're going to bump it up to 61. 61 gets you the bronze anchor. That's why we're going there. Bronze anchor is absolutely worth it. It pops up for me a ton. I wouldn't invest in interior any more than that. You totally can if you want. You can go to 78, I think it is, or something, to get you the post-move lockdown and whatnot. But with the 90 strength and the bronze anchor, this works just fine. So 61, that's as high as we'll go. Perimeter, we're going to 82. At 82, you get the silver challenger. Challenger is a goated badge, and typically my builds have 85 to 87 or 91 perimeter defense, but being the center, even if we're running a zone and I'm in the bottom right or bottom left of the zone, I am on the perimeter, but really you're not guarding the perimeter. It's not your job to guard the perimeter typically, right? Or the ball handle, because your guy is going to be another center and he's either going to be interior or he'll be able to stretch. And at that point, you just stand in front of him. You're much faster than him. He's not going to get around you in any way. So 82 is about all you need. I wouldn't overdo it on the perimeter defense because it's really not your role, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how you play or how your team plays. So if you think you need this a little higher for how your team works, then totally move some things around and invest into it. But 82 is perfect. You've got the gold off-ball pest, which is an amazing badge. You've got the silver challenger, which is really what we're going there for, and the bronze clamps in addition with the strength again and a movable enforcer. It works great. Steel, we didn't invest into that. That's just there by default. Block, we go to 78. Now, here's what I'll say. You can drop this vertical down to 80, and you can put block up to 87. That'll get you the gold chase down artist. I've run this at 78. I'm showing you right now, I'm sure, what 78 is capable of. I wanted to invest in the vertical rather than the higher block because vertical is going to help me more, right? Across the board, vertical is going to help me not only with block and rebounding, but it's also going to help me with dunking, right? So I thought it was better to invest into the vertical, but you've got to make that choice for you. If you want the higher block and the higher chase down, you can totally put this up to 87 and drop the vert down to 80. Now, I did make 2 versions of this build within a few days, and the first one had 87 block, and I got some cool blocks, yeah, but on the 78 block, as you just saw, or maybe you're still seeing, you're getting blocks plenty fine. In comparison with the speed that you have and the vert that you have, you don't need to invest in it too high. And I'd rather save those points and just put them in a vert. Like I said, it helps me a little more across the board. Offensive rebound, we're going 80. Defensive rebound, we're going 92. That's going to get you everything gold, right? You get the rebound chaser gold, pogo stick gold, box out bees gold. So offensive rebound being at 80, a lot of people run it at 80, even though you don't technically gain anything in terms of a badge out of it or anything. But like, supposedly you get better animations out of it. Anyone I've seen that's running any big, they'll have 99 or 92 on one of them and 80 on the other one. So that's what I did. Again, I say his name all the time, but I watch Laker Fan. He's running a 6'10" point center, and he is also running a 92 and an 80. It's a great combo. I suggest it. I'd leave it at that. We get into speed. With the speed going to 80, we get the Hyperdrive Silver. Now, to get speed booster up, we'd have to have a lot more things, so it's just not going to happen. But speed being at 80, that's only 1 tick lower than our 6'9" shooting guard, Shades of Kobe. 1 tick lower. I already showed you guys this and we already talked about it, but this is a center. It has the name Glass Cleaning Spot Up Threat, and it is only 1 tick slower in speed and 3 ticks slower in acceleration than my 6'9" shooting guard, Shades of Kobe. And that shooting guard is a 2-way diming 3-level threat. This at center is a glass cleaning spot up threat, but I promise you, you are not spot up. Look at your ball handle. Look at your speed with ball. Look at your speed in general. You are not a spot up. You can create off the dribble and you can pretty much do whatever you want, especially when you get the mismatch with a slow 7-footer. 70 acceleration is going to get you the bronze fast feet. Fast feet is a goated badge. Now, I don't expect whoever I'm defending to be able to get past me, you know, if it's another center, especially a 7-footer, but fast feet is a very good badge. And as you'll see in some clips here, I'm kind of all over the court with this build and pressuring wherever I can because it's fast enough to collapse back and still get the block or contest or whatever it is we need at the rim. So having the fast feet is good in case you pick up, you know, someone or you get a bump somewhere, whatever it is. Fast feet is just a good badge in general. And I think getting it at 70 is totally worth it. Plus, again, we're a center, but we're also trying to run point. Making this build any slower than it has to be would not be a good idea, I don't think. So we're going to go with the 70 acceleration. Strength, we're going 90. At 90, you get the gold immovable enforcer and you get the gold brick wall. At the end of the day, we are an undersized center. We're 6'8". If you get a post scorer on you, a pure post scorer, it's not going to be easy. The 90 strength, if you're going to be undersized, which we are, right? This is another thing you don't want to really gamble on. You want the you want as much strength as possible to be able to stop that opponent as well. As much as you get a mismatch on the offensive side, you also get a mismatch on the defensive side. And rebounds, no, I don't think so, because speed helps so much with being able to get boards that I don't think you really, if I've got a 7-footer on me, I don't think it's really too much of a mismatch in terms of who's going to grab the board, unless we're standing still under the rim, both of us. But that doesn't happen too often. You know, that's usually if someone goes up and they miss, and then everyone's down there fighting for the rebound. 7-footer's probably going to get it. But majority of the time, you're grabbing the rebounds. But where you do have a mismatch is if you go low on strength and you've got a 7-footer on you, it's not going to be great. So we're going to go up to the 90 strength. We're going to get the gold immovable enforcer and the gold brick wall. Now, also think about this with the brick wall. I'm running point. I bring the ball down court, I give it to my shooting guard on the wing, and I immediately set a screen. My other big man that I showed you just gets to, you know, stay wherever it is he is. Let's say he's in the corner. That's typically where he's at. He doesn't have to come up to set a screen anymore. I've got gold brick wall as a point center, as a point guard, as a point center, right? So as soon as I bring the ball down and I hand it off, I'm already top of key and I can set these screens, and it's really been great. The gold brick wall, absolutely worth it. Vertical, like I said, I'm going to 90. You could go down to 80. You don't lose anything, and what you get at 80 is still great animations, especially with the driving dunk. On my 6'9", I had a vert of 75 and driving dunk of 75, and I still get consistent finishes at the rim there, and I still get good blocks with only like I think I have silver chase down on that build as well. So you could drop this to 80, put the block up, or put really anything you want anywhere, entirely up to you. But again, like I already said, I thought it was worth investing into to 90 because I think it helps you just in so many different places. It helps you in standing dunk, it helps you in driving dunk, it helps you in your blocks, and it helps you in your rebounds. Whereas if I put it down to 80 and I just invest into block, that's kind of only helping me on the block, you know? So I thought it made more sense to invest into the vertical, but you can do whatever you want. 80 vertical is still more than enough and great. So you just got to adjust it to what you think fits best for you. Stamina, we're bigger, we're slower, we're a center trying to run the point guard. We don't want to skimp out on stamina. We're maxing out at 98. That's the build, y'all. I'm going to show you guys what this turns out to. It truly is a glass cleaning spot up threat. It gets shades of Sabonis for sure. And who else do we got here? So some pretty sweet shades, not bad at all. And it is called a glass cleaning spot up threat. And from the clips you've already seen, this thing ain't a spot up. It's a really fun time. It's a really good time. It can absolutely hold its own solos by itself as a center. And then if you've got two of them, whether it's a 7-footer in this 6'8" or two 6'8s, whatever it is, it works. It's a great lineup, and you can be a legitimate point guard. It's a really fun build, and honestly, I think it's my favorite and funnest build that I've made just because I get to be so active all the time, but also that gets a little draining, you know, having to be so active all the time, having to bring the ball down court, pass the ball to your teammate, they immediately shoot it, and also having to crash for that board. Sometimes and then after getting that board, if you get it, bringing the ball back up court, you know, or kicking it back up, whatever it is. It's a lot sometimes, but all in all, it's a really fun build. I have a really great time on it, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the vid. I'm going to show you guys some SIGs and a couple other things, and then you're good to go. Y'all have a good one. Again, like, sub if this build or this video helped you in any way. I would truly appreciate it. Drop some comments down below of what you think or how you adjusted the build to make it work for you. And don't forget, we do have Discord if you want to join up over there, and I do stream on Twitch pretty regularly, so if you want to give me a follow, hop in with some games with us, you can join the Discord and follow the Twitch, because that's where we're going to be at. That's where you can hop into the chat, jump into a game or whatever it is. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Later. All right, y'all. You know I'm not here to waste. All right, y'all. You know I'm not.